Okay, this is lesson 10 for 7th grade, and today we talked about mixed numbers and improper fractions. Alright, I made this problem last year for Charlie, and he got a little mad at me for it, but I thought I'd have a little fun with him. So, Charlie and 3 lucky friends want to each make a headband for the Justin Bieber concert. They want them all to be the same length and don't want any cloth to go to waste. If they have a strip of cloth that is 9 feet long, how long will each headband be? Okay, so we have 4 friends all dying to go see Justin Bieber and make headbands. So, we have 9 feet of material to work with here. So, that means we're going to divide 9 into 4 equal parts. However, we know that 4 won't go in there evenly, so we do know that 4 goes in there twice, and we'll get 8 minus 1. So we end up getting a remainder of 1. So if we want to write this as a mixed number, we can. We're going to get 2, we're going to take our remainder and put it over our divisor. So 2 and 1/4. That would be the length of each headband after they cut. So, 2 1/4 feet for each one, excuse me. And that's our introduction to mixed numbers. Alright. Now, what percent of this circle is shaded? Well, we've got 1 out of 3 equal parts. So we know the fraction is 1 out of 3. And once again, just like in our last problem, we're going to do some dividing here. We're going to do 3 into 1. You could also do 3 into 100 if you wanted to. 0, bring our decimal up, and 3. 3 goes into 10 3 times, so 3 multiply, subtract 1. 3 goes into 10 3 times, 9, 1. We're going to keep getting 3's, and remember when we're doing percents, we have to multiply this by 100. If you were dividing 100 into 3 parts, you wouldn't have to multiply, you've already done that. So in this case, where the way I did it, I have to multiply this by 100, which will give us 33.3 repeating percent. Now that little line over the 3 means we're just going to keep repeating with 3's forever. But what we can do is we notice we kept getting a remainder of 1 before we dropped our 0 down. So the alternative way to write this, 33.33%. And this is the more appropriate way to do it. I would accept this, but as a mixed number percent, it's a little more standard. So once again, a mixed number. And a mixed number, as we can see, is when we have a large number with a fraction left over. So it's a large number with a fraction. Improper fractions, however, they are, and by the way, mixed numbers can be written as improper fractions, and we will get into that in a second. But an improper fraction is a fraction that is greater than or equal to 1. So any fraction that is 1 or higher is improper. All of these are 1. 2 over 2, that's 1. 3 over 3, 4 over 4, 5 over 5. All 1. And these are all improper, because we know we can write this as 1. So here we go, improper fractions that are equal to 1 or greater than 1. And we can write them as whole numbers or mixed numbers. So here's how we're going to convert improper fractions to mixed numbers. Alright, we're going to use 12 over 5 as an example. This is greater than 1, so it's improper. And we notice that our denominator is 5. That means we're working with fifths. That's a good thing to know. Then we're going to figure out how many 5s go into 12. And we know that 2 of them do. And remember that the bar in a fraction means divide. Right here. That means divide. So, if I rewrite this, 12 over 5 is actually equal to 5 over 5, which is 1. 5 over 5. So remember we said that 2 5s go into 12. Here's where the 1s come in. So here's our 2 5s. We have 1 plus 1. And then we've got, so if we added these together, we'd have 10 over 5. And we'd have 2 left over. That's where the 2/5 comes in. 1 plus 1 plus 2/5. 2 and 2/5. That's one way we can do it. Now, if we want to do it the other way, like we had done in the first 2 examples, this is just an alternate method, and I just wanted the students to see what this actually meant. We can actually do the division. 5 goes into 12 twice. 2 times 5. Get a remainder of 2. So 2 and 2 over 5. Either way, you're getting the same answer. So either way is fine with me. And the good thing to note here too is that if you type that into your calculator, you're probably going to get a decimal answer. So if they're asking for a mixed number, go ahead and do that longhand division or a process like this, because a decimal is not going to help you in that case. Alright, if we convert these real quick, 9 over 4, well I know that 2 4s go into 9, and that 2 4s would equal 8, so we would have 1 left over. We should be getting 2 1/4 here. So let's do the division. 9, 2 goes in there twice, 8 minus 1. So remainder, 2 1/4. There we go. We actually started off with this problem with the Justin Bieber headband. Alright, 12 over 6. Well, this is greater than 1, but we know that 12 divided by 6 is just 2. And this one was a little tricky. It looks like it's a mixed number. It's actually improper. And the reason it is improper is because we have 7 over 3. This is even bigger than 2. Or, well, obviously it's bigger than 2, but this number is going to change. The 2 up front is going to change because of this. So this is still an improper fraction, but it looks like it's mixed. So we got to be careful. So we've got 7 and 3. 2 3's go in, and we multiply and subtract. So we've got 2 1/3 plus 2. So we actually have 4 1/3 there. Alright? So those are the first 3 examples for mixed or improper fraction to a mixed number. Alright, but sometimes we need to convert from a mixed number to an improper fraction. And we can explore with 2 and 2 over 5, or 2 and 2/5. We can rewrite 2 and 2/5 as 1 plus 1 plus 2/5. Doesn't change anything. And we know that 1 plus 1 can be written as 5 over 5. So, we add everything up. Remember adding, we add our numerators. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12, 12 over 5. Now, option 2, that's what students like to do a little bit more because it's a little easier. If we multiply the denominator by the large number, so the bottom number by the one up front, we get 5 times 2 is 10. And then we add the numerator to that, we would get 12. So 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12, and we just put that over your original denominator, you will get 12/5. That's the one that students like to do. Let me check my time here quick. We're doing just fine. So, if we want to convert these mixed numbers to improper fractions, we can do, we want to use our shortcut, 4 times 3. plus our numerator, plus 3. And we're going to put all that over 4. So we're going to get something over 4. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3, 15. And just for the heck of it, for the first one, I'll show the other way. 3 we can write as 1 plus 1 plus 1. And we have 3/4 tacked onto it. 3/4. So we look at the denominator, 4, so we're working in fourths. So I'm going to rewrite these as 4 over 4. Plus 3 over 4. And we just add our numerators now. 4 plus 4 is 8. Plus 4 is 12. Plus 3 is 15. We still get 15 over 4. So that's the other way, a little bit longer, but then you can kind of see what's going on there. Alright, we'll use the shortcut on the last two here. 2 times 5 plus 1. And we're going to be over 2, keep our original denominator. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 11 over 2. Alright, last one here. 5 times 4 plus 2. All over 5, our original denominator. Oops. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22. 22 over 5. So that is an introduction to our mixed numbers and improper fractions and how we convert from one to the other. We will continue with lesson 11 soon. After lesson 10, we will have a test. So tomorrow we're going to review and then have a test, and then we will continue with lesson 11.